Okay, I think we're live. I've got an audience of 0. That's quite good. That's a good start. It's probably all I deserve, actually. If anyone's there again, just let me know if you can hear me. And it's be one of those streams when I touch my hair 55 times a minute, isn't it? I thought I'd show off what I'm wearing first. There we go. Ugh. Pull it down a bit. That's it. So, okay. Oh, numbers are going up. We're up to 7 now. Quite a few people have got their excuses in early, saying they can't make it. So it's okay. I forgive you. Okay. Well, welcome to my second live stream. It's probably taking place a little bit later than I planned. I thought we'd do them every fortnight, but for those of you T-girls like me, it's not always easy to schedule time out, is it, for girl time? So you have to take it as and when it comes. And unfortunately, this is the earliest that I could get to you, I'm afraid. So I say thank you for joining in. Thank you for tuning in. I've got me script on my other laptop here, so I'm going to try not to do this like watching tennis again. But I would get the plug in early. That I know I haven't been on for a month, but as it stands, there'll be a live stream part 3 next Saturday, and a live stream part 4 the Friday after that. So it will be one in 7 days' time, and another one 6 days after that. So we should have four live streams in total in the next couple of weeks. We'll do 3 in the next 13 days. Okay, and then you'll probably be fed up with me by then, or up to 14 now. So I'm very humbled. Thank you very much. The hair's made a resurrection. I bought this hair in Southport, which is in the northwest of England on the coast there, about 2010. Probably when I was a bit younger and I could get away with it. And it's kind of sat in the cupboard for a decade, and I haven't worn it. So I thought I'd dust it. You might have seen some of the pictures of me wearing it 10 years ago. So I thought I'd dust it down and see how it goes. I don't know if it's a bit sort of middle-aged and mumsy, but that's kind of how I look anyway, isn't it? Let's face it. Someone keeps sending me text messages. Thanks, Pen. I got your message. Thank you. Right. So yeah, we've got another couple of live streams coming. I did have 5 pages of A4 notes, same as last time. It's just not going to work with me doing this all the time. And I was going to talk about passing, and then I wrote along. I don't know if you've ever written quite a lot, and then you read it and you haven't written anything at all. It was kind of a bit like that. I'll go on to it and we'll cover what I'd written. But I think tonight, what might be, what with other events that have happened in my family, I think I might just open the floor to questions and comments and just take it from there, because that works quite well. That keeps the stream going. I like talking about myself like everybody else. And I'm more than happy to, when I've got my hair out my eyes, I'm more than happy to answer any questions or just take any sort of compliments you want to throw my way. So thank you very much. Let me know what you think of the hair as well. I've got my glasses. I don't know whether to wear my glasses with it or not. I think I probably should. But there you go. Platinum blonde, cost about £220 about 10 years ago. So I don't know. That doesn't look great, does it? Okay. So on the first live stream, I've had a look back on it. It was okay. I got enough people sort of saying to me, will you do another one? Will you do another one? So it wasn't a total sort of bomb. I had about 160 people watch it at some point, even if most of those just logged in, looked at me and thought, well, no, thank you, and logged out again. And it's been watched 1,600 times on the channel. So that's not bad. 1,600 people, at least they actually clicked on the link. Doesn't mean they sat there for an hour and 40 minutes. But there you go. Okay, so it wasn't very slick. I was making up as I go along, but I think it was worth doing a couple more. So we've got a couple more planned. The other thing I wanted to mention is, and I'm sure a lot of the other tea girls out there understand this, and we get kind of misunderstood sometimes. A lot of people think what we do is, well, it's done for sort of various sort of gratification purposes and for nefarious reasons. And I think if you've watched my channel, I do flash my stocking tops occasionally, but that's about it. And I think the reason I dress and the whole point of the channel is that it's female, is part of us. We do it because the female is part of us for no other reason. That we want to nurture that female and bring her out into the world. We're not doing it just to get off or for a cheap thrill. It's so much more than that. And I think last time I did my stream, a couple of people very kindly sent me super chats. And I thought, I'd flash my stocking tops or I'd flash me bum. And on reflection, you see, my audience is a mixture. I get some other tea girls who like my videos because they like the instructional ones. They might even like me more for them. And then I get some admirers who might well appreciate the stocking top flashes or the flashes of something else. But maybe I shouldn't have done that. I don't know. I mean, if you are going to send me a super chat, let me know if you want me to show you something. But I think I'm going to keep it tasteful for now. I don't want to fall into that trap of it being sort of a bit sordid. Not that it was, but I just don't want to. So as I say, and I'm thinking particularly of someone who sent me some money who's another tea girl, and I don't really think it was appropriate. But it's fine. It's fine. Thanks for the super chat you sent me anyway, Mark. And I really appreciate it so much that I got your name wrong as well. So on the video, but it's Mark. Thank you very much. Okay, you'll have to excuse me because my script is over here. Okay, so as I mentioned, super chats are enabled. If you see the little $ in the chat box, I've never donated to myself, so I don't even know how it works. But 3 people managed to work it last time. Obi, Mark, and Jeff. And Jeff has got his excuses in early already. He's already said he can't make it tonight. So, but, if you can help Sarah TV, and it's not for me to go sort of down to the off license with, it's more to give me a bit of support so that I can make more and more instructional videos so that part 1 and part 2 of the how-to series can now become part 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because it takes an awful lot of work to put those videos together. And just having once a month, if someone throws you a few quid, it just lifts your mood. It gives you inspiration, and I always will appreciate it. So thanks to Obi, Jeff, Penny, and Mark. It was Mark for helping me out last time. I think the grand total after YouTube took the cut was £45 for the last live stream. So that's much appreciated, and that will go to good use. I do want to buy a pair of heels, and I know I've been saying this for a year, but I have bought them off the internet in the past, and they've never fitted. So I'm a bit reluctant to at the moment. And all the shops are shut. So not that you can find size 9 shoes that are any good anyway and decent. So I'll buy something off the internet, and I'll have to try my luck. But thank you for supporting me, and it will go to a good cause. As I said before, I mean, the normal format of the live stream would be that I would talk on a subject for 5, 10, 15 minutes. I mean, last year I gave you my life story, and then we chatted away on your comments. And today I was going to talk about passing. Passing whereby I think you all know what I mean by passing, although it's not always easy to define what I mean by passing. Now, some tea girls don't think passing is important. Well, I do, to be honest. I do think it's important for 2 big reasons. Number 1, it's just not very nice if you go out and people are pointing at you. If people are doing that, this hair, people are nudging the ribs of the person they're with, or if people are whispering, what's that? Because I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but when you go out in girl mode, you get incredibly hypersensitive hearing. And people who think they're whispering 10 yards away, you can hear what they're saying. So that's one reason why passing is important to me, because I like to go out and I like to not be pointed at, not to be stared at, not to be... it's a confidence thing as well. Because if people are staring at you, if people are pointing, if people are nudging the ribs of the person they're with, then it's going to make you feel uncomfortable. Your head's going to drop, your shoulders are going to drop forward, and that's going to make it worse. You get into a catch-22. People will start reading your bad body language, and you might as well go home, you know? So that's one reason why passing is very important for people. So they can go out in girl mode, be accepted and treated as females because people perceive them to be females. The second reason why passing is important is because we put a lot of time and effort into creating our female sides. Yeah, I've put years, a decade or more, hundreds of thousands of pounds, and I've sat there with makeup and practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced. Now, I've said in one of my videos, and this is very true, that if you're out to a friend or a family member, you cannot trust them to be honest about how you look. They will not tell you. They will not say to you, yeah, you look, they will always say you look really good. Oh yeah, you look great. Unless you, I mean, you know, maybe you have a bit more of a realistic significant other or friend. But in my experience, when I've gone out looking terrible and I've asked people their opinion, they've never said to me, you look bad. And I've had to learn the hard way. So I suppose what I'm trying to say in a rather roundabout way is that it's a validation of all the time and effort you put in. If I go out after spending £300 on hair, practicing with makeup for weeks on end, buying new clothes, working on my body language, and I go out and I get red all the time, it's a little bit deflating after all the time and effort that you put in. If you put all that time and effort in and you go out and you start walking past people in the street, you start interacting with people, and you're passing. We'll come on to, maybe you're not passing as well as you think you are sometimes, but we'll come on to that in a sec. But it's just a kind of validation of all the time and effort that you put in that you can actually pass. And that, you know, as I say, it's just a kind of revalidation of all the effort you put in. You know, you don't put all this effort in to walk down the street to then be sort of stared at, pointed at, laughed at, which doesn't happen anyway, but it has in the past. But so they're the two reasons why I think passing are important. When some other people are of the opinion that passing is not important because everyone should accept everyone. I think they're the kind of people that put, you know, what they put in their pronouns in Twitter, them or their. Don't refer to them as he or him, refer to them as them or their. So it's not for me. Passing is what I want. And I think if people are being honest, passing is what most male to female dressers aspire to, I suppose. Okay. And in terms of passing itself, now, there are different degrees of passing, aren't there? But do you think, you know, if you saw someone, if you put on a wig and a skirt and you walked 400 yards away and then you asked someone to say, is that a man or a woman? They'd probably say it was a woman, even if it wasn't, you know, the most convincing male to female that you could, you'd ever seen. If you come in closer to 100 yards, you're probably still going to pass, aren't you? You might give it away at that distance if you're not moving right, if you don't walk properly, if your deportment's wrong, but you're probably going to pass at 100 yards as well. So let's come in a bit closer. Are you going to pass at 20 yards? You might do, but I think at 20 yards, as long as you've got your movement and your deportment right, I think 20 yards is about the limit, the time when people are going to start looking at you a bit more in detail. I think they might pick up particularly they might look at the hair or the clothes a bit more from that distance. So can you pass at 20 yards? You can pass at 400, you can pass at 100. Can you pass at 20? And I often find that that's, if you're going to get red, that's quite when people are walking towards you, they've got time to spot you, look you, and then as you come closer, they've got time to look a bit more closer. So really, you want to try and avoid them even looking at you or giving them a reason to look at you. So, and then it comes right down to, excuse me, then it comes right down to, can you pass in a face-to-face conversation? I think I could pass maybe 95% if I walk past someone. But when I start talking to someone in a face-to-face conversation, Do I pass then? I think I've come to the conclusion that I probably don't actually, but I'm good enough that people will accept me. I don't really expect to pass. You know, if I'm in a restaurant ordering something, if I'm having a conversation with someone in a cafe, and I just assume that I don't. Although sometimes I have been pleasantly surprised that I've spent an hour in someone's company just naturally assuming they thought I was trans, only to find out they didn't know at all. So that's quite positive at times, but that can also be dangerous. I can remember once, maybe about 10 years ago, I joined a group in Liverpool, transgender group, and I went back to the house of one of the other girls, although he was in boy mode at the time. I went back to his house, and he invited some friends over, and I think there were 2 of them, and they came over, and I just started interacting with them as if they knew that I was a male to female. And my friend and one of his friends disappeared and went out, and they left me with this other guy, and I just assumed he thought I was male to female. And he started talking. We were talking for half an hour, and I didn't say that I was male to female, but I just assumed that he knew. And then he was being quite flirty, but I didn't lead him on. I didn't, keep your distance and all that. And I found out about 3 or 4 days later that he'd been asking for my telephone number and asking if I was married or had a boyfriend. So, even if you think you've been read or that you're not passing, sometimes you do. Sometimes you're passing when you don't think you are. And sometimes I suspect we all get read quite a lot more often than we think. I mean, I can't see inside other people's heads when we walk past them on the street. But in my lifetime, I've seen a handful of other male to female crossdressers. And how did I spot them? Movement, body shape, wearing silly clothes at 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning. But I didn't stop and point and do anything like that. I just walked past them as if I hadn't noticed a thing. So they've probably gone off thinking that they've passed. And I do wonder how many times in my lifetime that has happened. So it was I had a bit more planned than that, but we've had a bit of a rough time in the family, and I'm back in London at the minute. And I'd written quite a lot, and then I realised I hadn't actually written anything at all worth saying. So that was pretty much the gist of it. Passing is important to me because it's a good feedback on all the effort you put in to make you look, and it makes it for a more comfortable experience when you go outside the front door. But as I say, passing is it at 400 yards, or is it when you spend the weekend with someone, having face-to-face conversation for 4 hours? So I think that'll do, to be honest, because I think let's take some of your questions and let's go through some of your comments, because I enjoyed that last time. I really did. And it kept it going. I thought we'd planned to talk for about 40 minutes, maybe an hour. And we went for an hour and 40 minutes. So it was good fun. So I think we'll move on to your comments. Like the nail polish. I did notice from the last stream that when I was doing this with my hands are too big. So I usually wear roll neck tops because I hate this thing, but it's only you guys tonight. So the new wig, the low neck top, this thing here, and off we go. So let's Tony Beans, hi honey, hi Tony. David Tui, hi honey, spelled a different way. Wooden Heels, we are here. I think we're going back to the beginning, aren't we? You look nice tonight. Oh, thank you, David. I can't see you, but I'm sure you look nice too. So Orion's belt. Oop. Now I've just... no. What I've just done is I've magnified the screen. I've zoomed the screen out. So, I told you it wasn't very slick. So let's go down. Hi, Obi. Thanks for your donation last time. That meant a lot. I really wasn't expecting anything, so it's very kind of you to do that. Alan Thompson. Hi, Alan. Hi, Sarah. I look exactly the same. Oh, okay. You're Lisa. Okay. Well, okay. We'll call you Lisa then, Alan. Okay. No more Alan. Just Lisa. Miguel Vasquez. I don't think I've seen that name. I do have a small fan club in Mexico, so I'm not very popular in Mexico. Who am I kidding? But And then Ali Powell. Hi, Sarah. Okay. If you want to ask any questions and or just say something so I can respond to it, that would help me out. Otherwise, I'll tell you a story about. Okay, how about Roger, the truck driver? Would you like to hear that one? Okay. I suppose it's not really that exciting. When I used to go to a group in Liverpool for transgendered people, so that would cover anyone from someone who sort of just liked to dress up in girls' underwear once every decade, right through to people who've gone through sex changes or started that process as children, virtually. And we used to go to a pub called the Lisbon in Liverpool. And, gay pubs now are everywhere. There's nothing unique about gay pubs. But Lisbon was one of the original ones in Liverpool, quite a tough working class city in England. And and we used to go there after our meetings. So we used to go to these meetings, and they were really just a bit of fun, just to talk, try on each other's hair, get some makeup tips. And it was just kind of an excuse. We'll do something for an hour, and then we'll go to the pub. That was kind of the group meeting sort of 10 years ago. And I went to the pub one night, and in those days, I don't really drink much anymore, but in those days, I was always one of those people that are always the last to leave. And it was like 10 of us to start, and then over the night, it all kind of thinned out. More and more people. I might have to put these on, actually. No, I think I'll take them off. And it thinned out, and by the end of it, I was kind of left on my own, sitting at the table, but I just bought a new beer, so I couldn't go home without drinking the beer. So there's me sitting on my own in girl mode in the pub with a beer in front of me. And then this guy sits down next to me, and then he starts making sort of funny comments, not about being trans, but having been a man and started to try and interact and chat girls up, I knew exactly what he was doing. He was trying to make contact with me. But I'm on my own in the pub. I might as well talk to somebody. It's a gay pub, so I think I'm on friendly ground. So I started talking to him, and it turned up he'd come from somewhere like Bedfordshire or somewhere like that. And he was up on a job, and he was staying the night in a hotel. Started talking to me, and we had a good time, because I'm originally from that part of the world. I'm from the other side of London, the Kent side, but we're from a similar part of the world. And I didn't really assume that he knew. I don't even remember what I remember, to be honest. Did I assume he thought I was trans, or did he assume I was an actual genetic female? Well, he did, actually. But we had a good time. He bought me 2 drinks, and I was kind of enjoying being chatted up as a woman, but expecting that he knew that I wasn't really a woman in that sense. So anyway, gets to about 11 o'clock, and I was out of work at the time. I was off work at the time. And he then asks me to come to a nightclub with him. So I had nothing else to do, at the time. So I went to a nightclub with him, again, fully sort of expecting that he knew that. And then we get to the nightclub, and he starts saying things like, "That was a funny pub we were in, wasn't it? There was a few men holding hands in there." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, it is a gay pub. You did know that, didn't you?" And he suddenly turned. He went, I went to a gay club. I haven't been to this town before. Why didn't anyone tell me? I'm like, yeah, Roger, that was a gay club. That's Lisbon, a gay bar. That's the Lisbon in Liverpool. And he went, "Oh, thank God we're out of there, and we're back on something. We're back to planet normal," or something like that. And at that point, I suddenly started thinking, "Oh, here I am with a 6'3" truck driver called Roger from. I think he sounded like he was from. People who are from England will know quite a lot of people from the East End of London moved up to places like Stevenage and Bedford, Milton Keynes, because the houses got blown up in the war. And so he was obviously a bit of an East Ender, but although he didn't live in the East End, he was that kind of guy. And all of a sudden, the penny dropped in my head that here I am with a 6'3" truck driver who doesn't know that I'm male to female, who thinks he's pulled. And he's about to get one of the biggest surprises of his life. This goes on for much longer. So anyway, I didn't want to be rude, but I had to make my excuses and leave, as they say. And at one point, he did try and put his hand somewhere, but I managed to stop him and made excuses about certain female biological realities that seemed to do the trick. And then I sort of disappeared to the bar, and I just disappeared. I didn't come back. So I dread to think what would have happened if he'd have found out. But I suppose that's another example of passing. You know, you don't think you're passing, and you are. And flip it round, you do pass. You're not passing at all, but everyone's far too polite to stare and point. So you never know, I suppose. I suppose the best thing to do really is just to go out and enjoy yourself. But it's much nicer and easier to enjoy yourself if you're not being sort of, if you feel you're getting away with it, you feel you're passing and all this kind of stuff. So, like I say, let's go back to your comments anyway. Okay, insight. Is that you, Penny, again? I can never make the link between you and... Hi, Penny. Got a few minutes. Oh, yeah. Penny's a friend of mine, and she was supposed to be watching the live stream tonight, but things have changed, and she's not had the time to sit down and watch it live. Thank you, Sarah. Have you ever been to beauty salon to get makeup done? I was tempted to go. Okay. As part of my how-to series, the part 3 and part 4 were going to be makeup and hair and wigs. Now, the problem with makeup is people have entire careers as makeup artists. People write textbooks as makeup artists. This big encyclopedia of the British Journal of Makeup, you know, it's not something you can condense, particularly male to female. It's not something you can condense down into a 5-minute YouTube video. So I've kind of started and stopped that video and started and stopped it. But the reason I mention that is because I was going to write a little bit about makeover services there. There are plenty of them about, you know, and any decent makeup artist will probably be able to do a reasonable job of male to female. What would I say? I think if you're starting out, then I think it might be worth going to a makeup studio. There's one in Liverpool called Gordon, the Makeover Rooms. So if you're starting out, I'd go and see him. And I think some of the transvestite clubs in the country, places like people keep mentioning places like the Pink Punters. I've never been to these places, but I hear them mentioned a lot. And if you go to those, you can get your makeup done on the night beforehand, you know. So I think if you're quite a novice, if your only experience of makeup is literally stealing it off of your missus when she's not looking, or buying some stuff and then having a go, and you've had no real instruction, then I think it's worth going to a makeover service or a beauty salon. I think I know what you mean. I think it's worth going to a beauty salon, makeover service, where I think the limitations are. And I went to see Gordon in Liverpool 2 years ago. Now, I've been dressing fully, makeup, going out in public for about 10 years by then. And I went to Gordon for someone to take me to the next level. So if you've got level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 0. So if you're at level 0 or level 1, it might be worth going. But I was at level 4, and I wanted someone to take me from level 4 to level 6. Yeah. But what I got was someone who took me from level 0 to level 2. I got what I would classify as a one-size-fits-all makeover for the average tea girl who, who doesn't have much experience and is sort of only able to go away and get dressed, once every 3 months or something like that, and just hasn't taken it to a sort of higher level that I have. So I didn't get anything out of it at all. And I don't blame Gordon for that. But I went, as I say, to be taken from this level to here, whereas he was kind of pitching his makeovers, basic makeovers at the very beginning. And as I say, I didn't get anything out of it, really. So I wanted to take it to the next level, and he gave me a one-size-fits-all makeover. And apparently I was only the second person ever in 10 years to tell him I didn't like it. So sorry, Gordon. I actually went off to the toilets after I'd been and scrubbed it off and put my own makeup on. Right. Orion's belt has just given me £20. Well, Obi, what can I say? It's really kind of you. I kind of lost it for words at these on these occasions, these big occasions. It's just the notion that someone would give me £20 to just talk here and talk the way I'm talking. It's very kind of you. It will go to a good use, i.e. me. And I promise that, if anything I can do for you, or, I'm always here for you. So thank you, Obi. And like I say, I'm not very good at saying thank you, and I'm not very good at keeping my hair out my eyes either at the moment. So I don't know. I haven't worn this hair for years, so I'll have to get used to it again. So thank you, Obi. If you want me to flash something, let me know, okay? But I won't do what I did last time and just randomly flash people who don't appreciate it, okay? Okay. Thank you, Obi. That's the last time I'm going to say thank you, but thank you. Right. Okay, that's scary. I think you're talking about the story, aren't you, Wooden Heels? Yeah, a bit more experience now. I tell you something. It really does. I've been out, I've been stopped. Taxi drivers quite like to pick Sarah up. That's happened a few times. Try and give me a free lift to places, and I don't think they appreciated exactly what I was. But it really does give you appreciation for what girls and women, particularly, the hassle that they get. It's just because when I go out as Sarah of a night time, I still have a bit of a boy's mindset on. So it doesn't bother me to walk down a dark alleyway as Sarah at 1 o'clock in the morning because I've got my boy's head on. But I kind of forget I'm presenting as female. And a few times, I've had comments said to me, I've had people follow me, I've had a couple of taxi drivers stop, offer me free lifts and take me anywhere you want, babe, that sort of stuff. But as I've got a bit older and a bit more, I try and stick and keep doing what girls do and stop going down the dark alleyways and things like that. But it does, going out in girl mode, dressed up, it does give you an appreciation for the kind of hassle that some girls do get sometimes. It really does. I mean, I can also take it as a compliment, but yeah, it won't happen again, Wooden Heels. I was a bit naive in those days. It was a good 10 years ago, and I hadn't been going out as Sarah for very long. And I was a bit younger, probably looked a bit better, and was a bit more naive, but I'm a bit better now, so a bit more. Okay, I look amazing, of course. Why not? £20 from Orion's belt. Thank you, Obi. Okay. Hi, babe. Leanna Coates. Hi, babe. Missed start. What you wearing, and do I use enhancers? Do you mean boobs? Like breast enhancers? Because the answer is, well, no. I don't wear. I think I showed you this last time. I don't wear like body. What are they called? That's what I use. Rice in some stockings. Those ones are about 10 years old as well. So value for money. What am I wearing? Well, Sarah is wearing wig from some wig shop in Southport, 2 hoop earrings from Poundland, this thing which I found upstairs, and I don't know quite where that came from. This top came from a shopping place called Blackheath in southeast London. I think it's designer, but it only cost about, this is getting a nightmare, excuse me. It came from a shop in southeast London. It's a sort of designer top. Because of my Adam's apple, I don't usually tend to wear these kind of tops. I prefer sort of these kind of things, but there you go. And I've got this skirt on, which is about 10 years old as well. It's a bit more old style. Oh, do I show you? There you go. Sort of knee-length floral pattern skirt, which I think I might wear this. I'm in London at the moment. Those of you who've been following my streams for a while and following me for a while will know that we had a couple of bereavements in the family, and I came down to London on Thursday for my uncle's funeral yesterday. Stay with my mum today, and then tomorrow I'm going back to London. Or Sarah's going Liverpool. Sarah's going back to Liverpool, so I might wear this on the train on the way back. I'm certainly going back in girl mode anyway. And then next Saturday we'll be able to do another live stream. But I might have a bit of an announcement coming very, very soon. Just waiting on confirmation, but it might involve me being Sarah for a week for one whole week. So it's a good use of work and Sarah time at the same time. Right. It's always difficult to know what to buy. It's a catch-22 situation. You could do with the makeup on already to a shop to look for the makeup you need. Don't really get that one. It's always difficult to know what to buy. It's a catch-22 situation. You could do with the makeup on already to a shop to look for the makeup you need. I don't really know. You'd have to clarify that a bit, Wooden Heels. I thought you were talking about, no, doesn't matter. HMFCDJS 1968. Looking forward to your makeup tips, Sarah. You look absolutely fabulous tonight. I say it's difficult. Makeup is, thanks for saying I look fabulous. It's, I'm using my mum's laptop, and it's I think the cam's a bit better than my old laptop. So I don't know. Looking at myself, and I'm thinking maybe not. But thank you. I'll take a compliment anyway. Okay. In terms of makeup tips, it's going to be very difficult to I could write an hour video series on makeup. It'll be quite difficult to shoehorn sort of everything in 5 minutes. I mean, I've done the same makeup for myself now for about 10 years. I haven't changed a thing. And that's why I went to see Gordon, because I've been doing the same makeup for 10 years. Can you take me to the next level? And he couldn't. But that's fine. Maybe because after 10 years, I knew what worked for me. Maybe that's what it was. But yeah, the same makeup, literally, I pluck my facial hair out from around here. Then I go in the shower and shave as close as you can. Moisturize your face. Use a liquid foundation somewhere. It's probably on the side. But you then smooth all over clearly. You don't have to go too into the corners because your wig will frame that. So you've got your foundation on. I then basically pencil in my eyebrows, which I keep nice and tidy. Always pluck from below the brow. And it's about tidying your eyebrows, really, rather than shaping them, because we've all got boy lives to lead. You can't have wonderful brows in your male life. Some people can, but I can't. So I just keep them tidy, pencil them in, mascara me lashes, obviously. I don't use eyeshadow. I've never really got round to working out really if it's never looked that much good to me, so I don't usually use eyeshadow. So foundation, pencil my brows in, mascara. I use blusher to try and give myself a bit of a female high cheek line. There is a little trick you can use with a white pen, drawing a triangle like that. So you draw it with a white highlighter pen, stick there, up, across, and then the same, obviously here, the same triangle here as well. And then the idea being that you get light here, and then dark here, which brings your cheekbones right out. I mean, I accomplish that a different way. I use my tape to pull my face up, which gives me higher cheekbones, and just a bit of blusher to highlight them more. I just used some lip pencil today. Literally, I didn't put any proper lipstick on, just literally a lip pencil. This thing. That's all I use for my lips. Something else now. And then you finish it off by powdering it. I didn't really know what when women say they powder their nose, I never really knew what they meant and kind of what was going on. I'm off to the toilet to powder my nose. But what it does is it sort of fixes your makeup. That kind of shiny sort of unnatural look of a foundation gets offset, makes it look more natural if you powder your face. One tip though, if you powder your face, lean forward and do it. Otherwise, if you do it like that, it all falls all over your top. So there's a tip for free. Okay, that is literally my makeup. That is what I've done for 10 years in a row. So for me to write a long video on makeup, I think I'll just do a very basic one, because there's so many more better tea girls on YouTube than me that could make a horse look like Katy Perry. So I do what works for me. I've had one face to work on, one template to work on for 15 years, and there's no one better at working on this face than me. But in terms of trying to transpire that to everybody out there, I can only give you very basic tips, and I'm happy to do that, and I will do that. But really, I think the two best tips I can give you for your face is look after it. Keep your eyebrows, stop them from going into caterpillars, pluck from the bottom, just tidy them up. And in terms of this target area here, pluck out those really nasty black hairs. Now, number one, it really hurts. It's painful, okay? There's no way around that. Number two is that when you do that, sometimes you can get misshapen hairs, and they can grow. You get ingrowing hairs after you do it. And number three, you can get zits after you do it as well. And I know I'm not selling it very well, but it really does give a great effect if you're prepared to do it. And I just do it every day. Every day I take 50 to 100 out. And these ones really kill, honestly. But that's the price of that's the price you have to pay if you want to go out, be a girl, and do well, and not have 5 o'clock shadow or 6 o'clock shadow. Anyway, I'm fair anyway. I'm naturally fair anyway, so I only shave once a week anyway. So I'm lucky in that respect. But that's kind of my makeover tips, really. Okay, Alan, Lisa. I'll call you Lisa from now on, Alan, okay? I am a novice doing makeup. Yeah. There is a local makeup artist called Phoebe Grace. I will go when I can. What you want to do is you want to go... Have you ever heard that saying, if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day? Or a woman, since we're talking about being girls. If you give a girl a fish, she eats for a day. If you give a girl a fishing rod, she eats for a lifetime. So I would go for a lesson. Yeah, get a makeover as well, of course. If you're going to go, and they probably charge you 100 quid or something. Get a lesson, definitely, though. Get your makeover done and learn, okay? See what he or she is doing, okay? And then some of the products they say, and you can buy them for yourself, because it might end up saving you money in the long term. Sorry. I've wasted so much money on makeup that was no good or was inappropriate, and I'm gonna have to move this back a bit. Looks all right from some angles. Yeah, I've wasted so much money on makeup that was just inappropriate for me. And if I had a decent lesson, or someone had sort of used stuff on me and it had worked, I could have saved a fortune. So yeah, go for a lesson, and it might actually be very useful for you. So go to makeover services for a lesson, not really to go and look like Katy Perry. Insight just sent you a little something by PayPal. Oh, thanks, Pen. It's very kind of you again, because you sent something last time. I'll always be eternally grateful. I would have sent you another message, but just as you sent me messages, I was just getting the final touches, and I'll message you later. Okay, but thanks very much. Thanks to Penny and to Obi as well. That's very kind of both of you. Okay, and I do appreciate it. Leanne Coates, thank you, babe. About underwear. I got in trouble for this last time for flashing, and I kind of understood why, because it's kind of, you know, I'm supposed to be a serious male to female sort of artiste, rather than just a bog standard someone you'll see on one of those dodgy tube sites on the internet. So I don't mind flashing, but it's, it's kind of, we can talk about underwear, but there's not much to it. I really don't own that much. But yeah, I'm wearing the same as last time. I've got these things. Let's show this one. I've got my stockings, suspender belt, and then the same ones as last time. I have to show it. It's not that exciting. So yeah, same. I think one of these suspender things has fallen out as well. So, there you go. Okay, we're not doing cheap and tacky tonight, okay? So, mind you, if someone sends me a super chat for like £1,000, maybe I might revisit that one, but we're not doing tacky tonight, okay? There's plenty of places on the internet. There's a time and a place for fun and games and happiness, and it's not here, okay? I told you. Okay, thank you, babe. What about underwear? Obi, wow yourself. Barbara, hello, Barbara. Nice to see you here. My dear Sarah, nice to see the familiar names. I think I'm building my own community with all my own friends coming back again. So that's good. We even got 27 people watching now as well. Wow. 27 people think that I've got something valuable to say. Okay. Hi, Barbara. Nice to see you. Barbara lives, by the sounds of it, literally across the road from me. But times are such that we haven't managed to say hello. But times are changing. The times are changing. So maybe soon we might be able to get out and say hello. I'm certainly going to be getting out with Sarah quite a bit in the next couple of weeks. So watch out for a few more videos. I don't know if you want me to do more funny ones or just... Because I think we've got to the point now we just want to see me in some high heels, some lingerie, I think, which is fine because I think I've done everything else. But it's coming now. It'll come. Right. Do you prefer stockings, hold-ups, or tights? Well, Leanne, I've gone through a female mental process with this one. When I first started dressing, I kind of thought lace-top stockings, suspenders, and on each and every occasion. And I started off doing that. But when you start going out all day for 14 hours and you're working, you're sitting down, you're doing various things, tights become a lot more practical. So the answer to your question really is that, is that I wear stockings on special occasions, such as tonight, and then I wear tights on unspecial occasions. So if I just go out as Sarah, I'll just wear tights. But just normal tonight, because it's a special occasion, it's lace top stockings. So there you go. They don't they're really like nice ones, top of the range from Boots. Yes, top of the range from Boots, £7.50. And I actually put a hole in them and a ladder in them within about 30 minutes. So there's another reason why I prefer tights, because you can get 5 pairs for about £5 or $6-7 if you're watching across the pond. So in terms of what I prefer stockings, but tights are more practical than what I wear most of the time. So, yeah, okay. Let's meet up soon as good friends. And yes, I do know the lesbian. Just love to meet you soon. Okay, Barbara. I'm not a lesbian. I don't know, actually. I don't know. I suppose it would be if I transitioned. Okay. Sorry, that didn't make a lot of sense. Wooden heels. What I was meaning was looking at makeup in a shop and wondering what to buy. Something you can't really do in boy mode. I know what you mean. It took me a long time before I was able to buy anything female in a shop in male mode. And nowadays it doesn't bother me at all. But you know, you can't really stand there, can you, in boots and start looking at the testers and things like that. It's just, even I couldn't do that. Get a makeup lesson and get the knowledge. I've never been taught. I had to work it all out myself, and I don't know that much. I know how to make this face look good-ish. You know, it seems to work when I go out. But I don't know a lot more than that. You know, you see some of these drag queens and it's just like a different planet, the kind of skill that it takes to do that. You know, I know basic stuff. Mel, hi Sarah, sorry, only just come in. And I presume those 4 X's don't mean like something naughty. Hi Mel. Stunning. Thank you. I'm using a different laptop today, and the cam is a bit more high definition. I can't be sure if I should go back to my old laptop because it doesn't make me look so kind of, these things don't jump out. But I suppose you see me warts and all. I'm not perfect, you know. I can't work out whether to wear the glasses or not. I'll probably wear them tomorrow. See, that's not a good angle. Never mind. Actually, it might keep my hair out my eyes. Okay. All right. Dear Sarah, can you let me know how I can send you some money? I've not got a card. Well, don't worry about it, Barbara. Don't worry. Honestly, it's not my living. It's just, as I say, it's just nice if I get something like £25 a month in advertising revenue from Sarah TV, and if people can, you know, if a handful of people are able to bung me a few pounds now and again to make it to £50 to £100 a month, and it makes it worthwhile. It'll always be a hobby. You know, it's not like I'm not going to eat tonight if you don't send me some money, Barbara. Okay? But I appreciate it. But honestly, don't worry. I don't know how to use the super chat feature, but you could ask Obi, I suppose. He seems to know, and he's very generous. Lol, Miss Popular. Is that Mel? I don't know if I'm that popular. See, the viewing figures are about the same as last time. Between 20 and 30. I'd say last time I had about 160 who sort of popped in and quickly closed that one down, and about 1,000 watched it recorded. Because I know a lot of people have sent me messages tonight saying I can't go. You know, there's some paint on the wall I've got to watch dry or something like that. So, but it's always recorded. But it's always nice to have people watching live because it's the comments that make it interactive. I can't really sit here and talk off the cuff for 2 hours, but if you keep throwing me questions and comments, I can respond and we can keep going. So we've been going 54 minutes. So if you've got any more questions, keep them coming. I've got plenty of time. Although, what time is it now? 9:30. So plenty to come. Martin, hi Sarah, looking beautiful. Thank you, Martin. Penny, glasses look good, but you look as good better without them. I think I look to now. This is, I think what you're seeing in a kind of mini way is you see the problem I have every time I dress to go out. I'll get ready in about an hour and I won't leave the house for another 2 hours because I'll be perpetually changing the hair, perpetually changing the, thinking that a tiny bit of makeup here will make all the difference, changing my top, even changing my blooming stockings and things like that. It's, as you can see, I'm constantly doing this and this, but it's a bit odd. I'm sitting in my bedroom just talking to a computer screen, but I do feel self-conscious. But there you go. Oh, there. That's for you, Penny. There you go. I wore that especially for you. Okay. Okay. Have we got any more questions or comments? Anyone want to know anything at all that I could possibly say to you? Okay. It'd be interesting to know where everybody is, because my audience, according to when you have a YouTube channel, you can download a little app. I don't know if I've got it on me, that gives you a lot of sort of information on your on people who are watching your channel. It's called this one here, YouTube Studio and Dashboard. There we go. So it gives you information and all. Oh, there we go. Can you see that? Not very well. Okay. But it gives you information on your channel, and it gives you a demographic breakdown of who's watching. And I seem to be equally popular in the UK and the United States. So the average age range of the people who watch my channel is between 45 and 65 plus. So that's good. Yeah, 30% of my views come from the UK, 25% from the United States, and 5% come from Germany. So it's about 30% UK, 25% United States, 20% Europe, and 20% elsewhere. So where are you all based then? And if you don't want to tell me, that's fine. At least we've got a few more comments. Right. HMFCDJS 1968. My girl name is Sarah, and pre-COVID, I go out in Blackpool. Yeah, I live very close to Blackpool. I tend to wear super skinny girl jeans, blouse, heels, and cute leather biker jacket. Do you ever go for that look? No. Sarah's a very girly girl. Sarah likes flowery stuff. Sarah would do very well if it was about 1989. I think she would fit right in. Nowadays, she looks a bit too dainty, because most girls these days do dress a little bit more manly. It's a bit of a bugbear of mine, really, that girls sort of seem to think it's trendy to look like men, but, we won't go there. No, I don't, I'm afraid, really go for a sort of jeans. I did wear jeans. I did go through a jeans phase about 12 years ago, when I was thinking that maybe it was a bit more, maybe I was destined to transition to be female. And it was kind of put to me that transvestites wear skirts and transsexuals wear trousers. So I kind of went down that route for a little bit. But then I thought, well, I wear trousers every day of the week. So when I'm Sarah, the twice a month I get a chance to be, I'm just going to wear skirts all the time. So I haven't worn a pair of jeans in girl mode for over a decade now, probably. But whatever you want, do whatever you like, obviously. You do find some people do get fixated on certain looks. So, but my look is to look just sort of like, I don't know, Mum says I look like a librarian, or a girl in church or something like that. I want to buy one of those real sort of like old style flowery tea dresses as well. I think that would look quite good. Although probably wouldn't fit in this day and age, would I? Okay. Barbara, I get my stockings from Ann Summers, and yes, I don't look for anybody looking at me. No, I don't want people looking at you. That's the whole point. I know some people think I should dress a bit more sexily and stuff like that, but the whole point is I don't want to be noticed. This is an interesting one. Wooden heels. Do people see you leaving the house? Yeah, this is a problem actually, particularly in the UK, where often terraced houses are right next to each other. Or I've always found, I'm not bothered anymore, to be honest. But I always found it's not the people either side, it's the people opposite are the problem, because they're staring straight at you as you come out the house. And I used to live in a very small terraced house, and there was sort of like 30 houses very close together, and then 30 more houses very close together on the other side of the street. I used to do a lot of waiting for it to be nighttime, a lot of curtain twitching. I used to park the car at the end of out of sight, literally round the corner, because I always think if they saw me coming out the house in girl mode and then getting into the car, they know that I drive, things like that. But where I live now is quite quiet. It's a semi-detached house and it's quite quiet. So the neighbours, they're off working or they're retired. And so I literally nowadays, I kind of look out, make sure that the next door isn't out fixing his car or something, and then I just go. So, yeah, I know a lot of people are worried about neighbours and getting out the front door. All I can say to you is you have to work it out, really. If you're worried about what the neighbours are, I mean, maybe park your car out the way, wait for it to get dark, because it gets dark quite early, particularly sort of in the last few months. And it's confidence. If you go out, it always comes back to confidence again, body movement. If you go out looking at the floor, slump forward, wearing silly clothes, then get prepared to be read and the gossip to start. Whereas if you wait for the coast to clear, wait for it to be dark, park your car out the way, get out of your house quickly, or pretend to wave or say goodbye to someone, and then walk off down the road, mincing away like a girl, you'll probably be fine. Yeah, I don't know if my neighbours know. I don't think they do. The guy across the road might, because he stared at me a couple of times, but I do know him as an acquaintance, and he's never said anything or anything like that. His kids chased me down the road once, but when I was Sarah, but only because I think they were just playing. I just think because I'd come out of my house thinking that I was a relation or something like that. Nothing's ever been said. So, depends on me. It's difficult. Okay. Hi, Sarah. Beautiful as ever. Ekaterina Lacroix. That's a good name, isn't it? Ekaterina Lacroix. Is that like a girl name? Is that your stage name? Beautiful as always. Oh, thank you. Peter O'Callaghan. Would you like to be friends with me on Facebook? I don't do Facebook, Peter. I do have a link on my channel to Facebook, but I never bothered with it. I need to take that link off. When I joined Facebook in girl mode, I started getting a lot of friend requests from some very odd people. I got a picture from someone in Pakistan, dressed up in ceremonial robes with a great big crucifix, holding a crucifix in the air. So I don't know if he was trying to perform an exorcism on me. I don't know, but and there were a few more like that, a few more kind of sort of Ukrainian pensioners and people that I just didn't think it was worth it. So I did think about maybe doing Twitter or Instagram, but I think I'll just stick to this kind of thing and the channel for now. So the answer to your question is I don't do Facebook. I was going to, but I don't anymore. Hi, Sarah. I'm Sarah from Edinburgh. Hello. I used to live in Perth in Scotland about 15 years ago. I used to work in Dundee Hospital there years and years ago. But I haven't been back since. So, hello. Essex. My dad's side of the family are from Essex. My dad was born in Walthamstow, which is in East London. And a lot of the family live out in Chelmsford and a place called West Mersey, which is on the coast. Sort of where Essex meets Suffolk, sort of Clacton. So, but I grew up in South East London, which is where I am right now. I'm in a wonderful place. It's difficult. It's kind of halfway between a place called Blackheath and Lewisham, which are complete polar opposites of each other, and we're like right in the middle where I am at the moment. So, okay, Hampshire. Yeah. Can't say I've ever been to Hampshire, or have I? Anyway, pleased to have you here, Leanne. And I think we said hello already, but hello to you in Hampshire. Pete from Buckinghamshire. Hello. Go through Buckinghamshire on the train on the way to Euston. Obi, do you feel the live streams are giving you more confidence out in public? Are you in Devon, are you? I don't know why, Obi. I thought you were in America. I don't know why I thought that. Oh, well. Went to Devon on holiday about 20 odd years ago. It's very nice. Dartmoor or something it was. Do I think they're giving me? Not really, because I've been going out for like 20 years, Obi. And not 20, who am I kidding? 10 years. So I think, I don't know really. I think it was just doing something different. The plan on the live streams was just to do something different, was to just talk about a subject or two and then start taking questions. So really, we're still really, given the plans I've got for the channel, we're still really in the kind of experimental phase with this, because I did have plans to talk about passing in a much more detailed way, but I kind of covered it in a very kind of superficial way. And now we've just spent the last hour gossiping, really, haven't we? So there you go. So no, not really. I've only been out once since the last live stream anyway. But we're going out quite a bit again soon. I'm 57. Hi. I have a good girlfriend that's helped me a lot. I'm from England. I have a bugbear that girls can wear what they like, but men putting on a skirt and everyone screams. Yeah, but that's the world we live in, isn't it? Yeah. The Romans conquered the known world wearing skirts, didn't they? But that was the world they lived in. And the world we live in, that really, Scots wear kilts, I suppose. That's the world we live in. I don't know what your relationship status is like, but you won't find the part. I mean, I'm sure there are, but the female partner that finds out her husband likes dressing as a girl and is like totally cool with it and starts letting you borrow her clothes and starts doing your makeup and starts taking you down the pub, they don't exist. Yeah, in my experience, they don't anyway. The very best you can hope for is a partner that either the two reactions really, the best you can hope for, I think, are that they ignore it and hope it goes away. And if you ever speak about it, they'll shut the conversation down straight away or don't want to hear about it. But they might tolerate you doing it when, going away for the weekend or logging onto a live stream or dressing when she's gone to visit her mother or something like that. But the partner that likes it, encourages it, buys you clothes, it just doesn't exist. It really doesn't. Unless someone has experience of that. If so, can I meet this woman and will she marry me, please? Okay. I'm from England. Yeah. Where do you normally shop for clothes? I'm a bit of a cheapskate. I tend to go to Primark, eBay and Primark. But because I don't go out that often, I don't need to buy loads of stuff. I tend to just get a load of sort of nice skirts off eBay, a few tops out of Primark. The two last pairs of shoes I got came from Tesco's, the little ballet pumps. Hosiery comes from places like that. It's expensive keeping a male wardrobe, let alone 2 wardrobes. So I don't spend much money at all. We're lucky that Primark, you can get a full outfit. Coat, shoes, underwear, skirt, top, everything for about £40. So I'm quite cheap. I don't, I dress down. I dress girly and feminine, but I dress down to be ignored. I don't spend fortunes on designer clothes to catch the eye. Quite the opposite, in fact. If you understand that, I think you can. I'm from Gloucestershire. You look stunning. Oh, it's very kind of you. I can look better. I can, honestly can. But that's very kind of you to say so. Okay, where are we? I have never had a negative when out. You must be good looking then. And I've had lots of compliments from women about my legs and makeup, as you say. I think it all to do with confidence. Even using the girls' loo is fine. The thing with the girls' loos is, if I'm out in girl mode, I'm not going to use the boys, am I? I'm not going to go and walk into the boys' loos, even if I didn't pass very well or anything like that. So I've never had a problem in the girls' toilets. If you go in, do your business, wash your hands, and go, there's not a problem, is there? You know, I don't get that many negative comments. I think when you get them, when you get the sarky comments or something nasty said to you, it sticks with you. You remember it forever, but you forget the 15 years that you've been out. 99% of the time, no one has said a word to you. But yeah, negative comments don't really. I think people forget that the 20 years ago, or even 10 years ago, the power was the other way around. That you were doing something wrong. If people said something to you, other people might join in or they might laugh, and that the power has spun around now. If you say something nasty to someone who's trans out, you get yourself in trouble these days. You could find yourself in trouble legally, or other people won't appreciate it, or will have a go back at you for saying something negative. So the power has spun around. So when I go out, I don't like getting read because I'm worried about my own personal safety or that someone's going to swear at me. It's just a confidence knock. I go out, spend a lot of time and effort in putting the image together, and if I get read the first person I walk past, it's a bit of a disaster, isn't it? If I get read 5 hours later, after having been for 2 cups of coffee, sat in the library, walked around the clothes shops for 5 hours, it's a bit more easier to handle. So, but yeah, if you don't get any negative comments, you're doing well. You'll have to send a picture, post a picture up on the YouTube if you can do that. I don't know if you can. Well, you can send me one. My email address is on the YouTube channel. Okay, yay for Primark and thrift shops. Yep, definitely. There's no need to spend a fortune on designer stuff. There really isn't at all. I think this card is about £4 from Tesco's. Jewelry, you can get 6 pairs of these for £1. These were £1 from Home and Bargain, I think. You really don't. Even makeup, £1 for that. £1 for that. It's and that was about £3 from Boots. So you really don't need to spend a fortune on clothes. You really do not. I mean, at the end of the day, what we're trying to do, I can only speak for myself, but I presume people who are here are kind of a bit more on my wavelength. That what we're trying to do, we're trying to go out and pass as girls and go under the radar. And how are we going to do that? We are going to try and I'm trying to think of the word. We're trying to copy. We're trying to copy other females, and other females, when they go to the shops, when they go to Costa Coffee, when they go to the cinema, when they go to the, during the day or anything, they don't dress up to the nines. Women shop in Primark too. Women buy cheap clothes too. So as T-girls, you don't have to spend a fortune on designer stuff from John Lewis. Shop where other ladies shop. Shop where the people that you're trying to pass and, follow shop. Your skirt looks fantastic. Well, this skirt's about 20 years old, This is one of my first ever purchases. It's actually a bit longer. But the thing I always buy elastic waist skirts. I always buy long ones because what you can do, you can fold them up. So you can turn a long skirt into a knee length one. So that's what I do. This is not quite elastic, but it's another one you can roll it up and down. It's actually almost ankle length, this skirt, but I've rolled it up to the full. There you go. Don't know if you can see. Oh. See if I can see that. Let's pull it down a bit. Okay. That's it. But it's actually long. yeah, that's a little word of advice I would give you. So it's actually quite long now. So it's actually a bit longer. So there you go. One bit of advice, particularly if you're buying elastic waist skirts. I mean, if you're buying pencil skirts, works, secretarial skirts, because we all like the secretary look, don't we? Then you can't. But if you're buying a longer skirt with elastic waist, they're quite good to buy because you can roll them up and down as and when you like to match your various bits and pieces, to match the length you want. If you've got good legs, show them off. And if you have got good female features, show them off. Okay, particularly legs. If you haven't, then don't. But yeah, that's my advice on that. More hair in my eyes moments. Okay. Yes, Primark is the best. I learned early on, you have to blend in. No girl now ever goes shopping in 4-inch stilettos. They do not. No, I don't know. Did they ever? Oops. I don't ever remember, even when I was a kid back in the 80s, seeing women in supermarkets wearing stiletto heels. There you go. Okay. Primark is the best. Lisa from Newcastle. Never been there. I think I've been over most parts of this country, but Newcastle has eluded me. The Northeast, yeah, I've never been to the Northeast. Well, anyway, hi. I found some lovely dresses, skirts, and tops in thrift shops, plus really great for ladies' coats. Got to say, I really like your cute, demure look. Thank you very much. I think I explained this on the last live stream. When I was a kid growing up, when I first tried on one of my mum's, it was the late 80s, and women wore flowery skirts, flowery dresses, nice like underwear and things like that. And that's kind of where my image and what I found nice to wear and what excites me to wear, that's where it became fixed. And I'm still trying to recreate that to this day. But the world of ladies' fashions has moved off into a more of a direction I don't like. But I'm still dressing like maybe, as I say, a few years back. But there are still enough girls out there who are still wearing skirts and pretty stuff that if you do wear a pretty skirt, people aren't just going to stop and point as if you're wearing something ridiculous. You will fit in. Nobody's ever turned and looked at me because I'm wearing a flowery skirt. It just doesn't happen. Or because I'm wearing black sheer tights. You don't see them very often these days either, but they were all in when I was a kid. So there you go. Wear what you like. If you look good, you'll get away with it. Okay. I think we've come to the end of the comments. So where are we? An hour and 20 minutes. We've kept it on topic tonight. I remember the last live stream, we ended up talking about things like films and World War II and things like that. So I suppose we better, there's plenty of other stuff on YouTube for you if you're interested in that. So we'll keep it on topic. I can't think of much else to talk about. Say this is probably the second sort of experiment rather than anything else. I think the next few live streams, I promise they'll be a bit more professionally done. I think I'll come properly prepared with dun, 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 and we'll keep it on message. But in the next, it's pretty much confirmed. I won't tell you too much about my personal life, but in the next week, I'm actually got some work stuff to do, and I need to go away to do it. I need a quiet place to work and put it all together. So during the day, I'm going to be away working, and then every evening I shall be Sarah. So as it stands, I'm planning on doing 7 straight days of Sarah starting next Wednesday. So that's why I'll be able to do a live stream next Saturday and probably the week after that as well. So But definitely next Saturday we'll do another one. And a bit more professional next time. Lisa, my neighbours have been fantastic with me. Do they know then? Obviously they must. So my neighbours, I don't think they're the kind of people that would care, but I don't think they've realised. So if you've been out a lot and you're getting by, and if your neighbours know and they don't care and are happy, and if you're in a relationship where it's all good, then more power to you. But it's not always the way it works. Okay. Can't see any more comments. So I think unless you want to ask anything more, I'll keep it going for another 2 or 3 minutes in case anyone wants to type anything. I don't mind staying a bit longer, but I don't want to overstay my welcome either, because we've been going for 1 hour and 20 now. Wear what you feel comfortable in, just if you're skinny. Fab if you can. That will be fab if you can be Sarah for a week. I've done a few weekends. Yeah, I've never done more than about 2 days on the trot. I've put, that's not true. Apart from once, I did about 10 days. I went away for a 2-week period, and I did Sarah for about 9 or 10 days, for about half the day. You can't do it every day because you end up destroying your face by shaving, unless you've had electrolysis for your whole face. Lucky you. You just can't do it day after day after day, not unless you just want to completely destroy your own face. So, but yeah, I think I'll be able to do Sarah quite a bit in the next week or two. So that will bode well for doing another live stream and getting a few more videos out. I really do need to buy those heels as well. Okay. So if you want to ask any more questions, you've got 2 minutes left. And otherwise, I'll say good night to you and thank you for tuning in and thank you for your time. I'm just going to have a puff on my pipe. Good chance to do some videos, definitely. That's the plan. Yeah, that's the plan. Videos aren't always that easy to film. Filming yourself in public is quite difficult. On one occasion, I've got a girlfriend who knows about Sarah, who came out with me because she owed me a favour. And she filmed me. They're the videos that were done around the station, sort of around about January of last year. But usually you have to film yourself. And the only way that I can work out how to do that is that's why a lot of my videos are shot in supermarkets, because you have the supermarket trolley. You put your handbag on the front of the trolley and you put the phone in here like so, set it to record, and off you go. So that's the only way I can get to film myself. So it's a bit tricky, and you can't walk too far away from leaving your bag, because some good Samaritan will either tell you don't leave your bag in your trolley and walk away, or someone a bit more bossy will accuse you of will think it's some sort of explosive device or something, and will start shouting at you. Both of those have happened. There's part of a video that I did about 18 months ago when actually I left my bag on the floor, walked about 10 yards away, and the shop assistant shouted at me. So, but I'll try and get some filming done. Summer's coming as well, so it's not the best time to be a tea girl. I always find winter's the best time because you can wear more layers and you can cover up the lumps and bumps, and you can wear jumpers and scarves, gloves to hide your big hands. The summer's a little bit more difficult to wear a bit more floaty stuff and that. Okay. Good chance these videos. Fab if you're doing next week. I will set reminder. Yeah, I think that's about 99.99% confirmed that next Saturday, 8:30 seems to be okay, I think. And I'll do another one. And I think next time I will talk properly on something for about 10, 15, 20 minutes. And then we can talk. The first two, as I say, have been a bit more experimental. Make some friends, see the regulars coming back, and then we can develop it from there. So yeah, next week, I don't think you'll get a promotion video this time though, because I just won't have enough footage. I can't keep recycling the old stuff. So, but yeah, I'll let you know on the in the little what's it called, the community thing where you can write little messages. Thank you so much. Good night. No problem, Pen. My dear, have you got a partner? Yeah. I'm not married, but I do have a female partner. Yeah. I thought, didn't I mention that before? Oh, okay. But she's I might as well talk about her quickly. She is the classic partner when it comes to finding out that her significant her boyfriend is a tranny. She asked if I was gay. She asked, did I want to be a woman? And that's the classic 2 responses you'll get. I then showed her some pictures of me, and she went very cold and didn't talk about it for a while. I mean, I think she'd known because she'd found a large lady's shoe, a size 9, and she'd seen cups with lipstick on as well. So I think in some ways she might have been a bit relieved as well, that in a paradoxical sort of way, but she wasn't thrilled to find out, to be honest. She did take me out once as Sarah, but has only ever done it once, and says she doesn't want to do that again. But she said to me that, you know, I think it's been time as well. It's been 10 years. She's known for 10 years. She knows I don't want to transition now. She knows that I'm not gay. She knows all of these things. And 10-year passage of time, I've proved I've been a decent person in the traditional partner sense. So I wouldn't say she's cool with it. I'm sure she wished it would go away, but she also knows that it is harmless, that I'll do it for a few hours twice a month, and that's the end of it. It goes no further. She knows that I do this YouTube channel for a bit of fun. Can't say she's thrilled with that either, but at the end of the day, she knows it's a hobby. It's nothing more than that, and I get to talk to people, and there you go. So yeah, I do. And that's, you know, I wasn't lucky enough to get one of those partners that love it and take you out every night and let her borrow the makeup. Because I actually started using her makeup as well. So, okay. Leanne, chat next week. Good night, love. Ali, good night, Sarah. I'll see you next week. You sure will. Would love to visit you somewhere when I come over to the UK. Samantha. Are you in the States then, are you, Samantha? Okay. Wooden Heels. See you next Saturday. Samantha, that's great. You have a girlfriend. Yeah. It's I think it's most of us. I've always said I don't know why I dress as a girl. I really like girls as well. I'm attracted to girls. I'm attracted to their stuff. I really like girls. I'm attracted to everything feminine, and that's kind of come onto me now. I like being it as well as being attracted to it. I don't know if that makes sense, but there you go. Thanks for letting me know. I thought I already told. Doesn't matter. Hope we can meet up soon. Yeah, sure. See you next week. Have a fab week. Sarah. Love from another Sarah. Okay, Sarah. Right. I think we'll call it a night then. So, be a bit more prepared next time. Thanks for tuning in. I seem to have got a similar audience to last week, so I haven't scared anyone off, which is good. I think we'll call it a night. So, okay. No more comments. Right, that's it. That really is it now. Okay, so thanks for putting up for me. Thanks for putting up with me. Thanks for all your comments. And I really am going to say goodnight. And we'll see everybody next week. I'm going back tomorrow with Sarah on the train, so maybe I'll get some videos shot. But I'll definitely be back with you this time next Saturday, 8:30, live from Liverpool. Okay. Good night and God bless everybody. Thank you.